AGI price update.
Let's get into it.
So today, guys, we are going to be taking another cheeky look at SingularityNET, specifically the AGI token and the price action. We'll be taking a look at the technical analysis on the daily chart, the 4-hourly chart, and the hourly chart to try to review exactly what is going on here with SingularityNET. Are we likely to see the correction coming to an end and a massive spike to the upside, or is the correction due to last a little bit longer? As we get into this, if you guys do find it useful and informative, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with everything we do here, those new cryptocurrencies, those hidden gems, then why not consider subscribing to the channel? By becoming a subscriber, you'll be kept up to date with everything we do here. It is free. You'll stay well informed, so why not? And Chris, is there anything else that you would like to add before we jump on down and get right on in to SingularityNET?
Yeah, just let me know in the comments below whether you think anything that's happening in Africa is going to have a bearing on the price for AGI moving forward. Really interested to get your views and opinions.
Fantastic. Let's get on into it.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
This is SingularityNET to the USD. And this is calculated by TradingView because ultimately SingularityNET is not actually traded with the USDT. It's just a Bitcoin. So this one's being calculated by TradingView for anyone who wants to know. We have a daily chart here, and Binance is that data source. We have a Fibonacci retracement tool on here that runs from the 29th of December through to the high that was achieved up here on the 14th of February. That was a 47-day run that saw 709% in gains. Since then, there was a 39-day sideways trade, and then we've obviously seen to go right back up to the upside here. And I actually haven't got a date range on here, but I'm going to put one on for you guys. Let me just grab that to approximately here. It's not going to be 100% accurate. Let me just move that up a little bit. I think it's going to be about there. So it's an 18-day run that saw approximately 188% in gains. So we had a pretty good move here with AGI, and obviously and then a pretty steep correction that came on the back of Bitcoin's correction. So this actually fell right back down pretty much to where it was, right? Just a little bit higher, but not too much before correcting back to the upside. We found good support on the previous high that was achieved over here on that original 47-day run. And then obviously we went up a little bit higher and we found a good area of support here at 36.3 cents. And obviously since then, we actually have had this 50 moving average also kind of following along suit. This 50 moving average was an area of support over here. It was an area of support just here. And most recently, it's been an area of support yesterday. So we're hoping that that continues. And right now, again, like we saw earlier, I think it was with the Matic, that with a bit of a dojo scenario. The market doesn't know whether to push the price up or push the price down, and the current position is pretty much the same as the opening position for today. So that's an interesting candle. It's very indecisive on what's to do. We can also see that the volumes are incredibly low in comparison to how they were building up before they go back down again. So good volume over here, and we've had a correction down to that volume recently. We were overbought on that run to the upside there, and we have had a very steep and sharp correction to the downside. And that actually corrected all the way down to 35, and it has most recently gone back up again and is settling at about 50. So still huge potential to grow to the upside, but equally also to the downside. So right now things are looking pretty good. We have good support at 36.3 if we ever should need it. But otherwise, there's lots of potential here to grow to the upside if the volume decides to come on in. Let's go ahead and pull this into our 4-hourly, and here we can see that the relative strength index again pretty much mirrors that of the daily here. So it's actually coming in at 48, and we can also see the change in volume, right? This is the static volume. It's a little bit fluctuating, but it kind of doesn't do anything, and then bam, we have really good volume coming in. Now, this volume here hasn't actually done too much to the price, and that's because there's some upper resistance areas here coming in at about 50 and the 200 moving average, with the 100 moving average actually acting as support. We did utilize a lot of this relative strength index, and actually when we had a lot of selling pressure here and here, so there was a few orders coming in, but ultimately all of that kind of pressure in the middle there was really kind of just selling pressure. So we did actually pull the relative strength index down and not up. Even though the volume was pushing up, the relative strength index actually fell down. And since then, and since actually we had this particular candle here in the last 4 hours, we started to push things back up again. So right now our RSI is 48. So not too dissimilar, as I said before, to that of the daily. What I'll do is I'll pull this into our hourly view. And here you can see that we were overbought when we were approaching the 786 area just here. And obviously, once you're overbought, you kind of have to have that correction, which we have. We pulled this thing down towards 37 before having a bit of a run again, finding the resistance at the 50 moving average, the 100 and the 200 moving averages. They're all together there. So we topped out here on this chart just above 50 at 54. So we actually pulled this back down to 46. So again, in consensus with the daily and the 4-hourly chart, the relative strength index is pretty much in a very good spot on all three of them. The volumes here are nice and strong, but it's mainly kind of selling pressure mixed in with a little bit of buying here and there. So ultimately the volume, although it has come in nice and strong, it's not necessarily actually having too much of an impact on price because it's just kind of trading the buying and selling orders amongst each other. So right now, I think that sentiment will change once people decide which way it goes. And like I said on the daily chart, the market doesn't know whether to buy or to sell, and the position, the opening position and the closing position for today's candle is pretty much the same position. And so ultimately, that's a true mix here, just between people buying and people selling in an equal weighted position. So ultimately, the price has been quite stable. It's kind of just traded sideways. But once that sentiment decides which way it wants to go, it'll go very, very strongly. Right now, with a good position on the relative strength index, I'm kind of thinking that actually the price of AGI should be moving to the upside, given everything else that's happening in the space around it. And yeah, let's just go ahead and pull this back up into our daily. And let's just see what's going on. That first price target of ours comes in at 75.8%. Oh, sorry, 75.8 cent, which is an 89% move from the current position. So pretty good there. After that, we are talking about a $1.03 AGI coin. And again, that's a pretty good price target, followed by $1.20. But of course, guys, if you actually zoom out on these charts, you can see the bigger picture. And man, is the bigger picture absolutely fantastic. So I'll shoot this down for you guys because where we are right now is absolutely tiny in the potential of AGI. SingularityNET has a rapid potential. There was an all-time high of $1.86 during the last run. And if we were to see, something like that, and we actually put the Fibonacci retracement based on the previous all-time high and the low that it achieved during the bear market, then actually that shows us some very interesting price discovery in the future. The very first meaningful price target for AGI comes in at $3.01. That'll be followed by $4.86, followed by $6.72, and then topping out at that top end of the extensions at $7.87. So huge potential here with AGI, and everything that they're doing with Cardano in Ethiopia, in the continent of Africa, merging offices, getting that artificial intelligence off of Ethereum and putting it onto the Cardano ecosystem, to quote Dr. Ben Goertzel himself, a more superior technological system than that of Ethereum. I think I'm expecting some interesting things to happen in the space during 2021 and beyond. And of course, we cannot forget either SingularityNET DAO either. Ultimately everything that they're trying to do within the DeFi space, using artificial intelligence to do rebalancing and all that kind of good stuff. So I think there's going to be some fantastic things happening around, all this artificial intelligence. And AGI, I feel, is going to be quite surprising to a lot of people. I'm so surprised it is undervalued the way that it is, but definitely one to watch going forward. And guys, if you found this video useful and informative, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you happen to be new to the channel and you'd like to stay up to date with all of that technical analysis, new cryptocurrencies, news, and hidden gems, then why not consider subscribing to the channel? By becoming a subscriber, you'll be kept up to date with everything we do here. It is free, you'll stay well informed, so why not? And with that said, done and out of the way, we hope you have a fantastic day, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, take care.